Okay, YouTube, part 2. See my first video? This is going to try to be the rest of the install for the LMI seat lift, 2.5-inch seat lift on the back of my F150 Super Crew 2007. In the first video I showed you how to get the seats out, how to get the seat back, how to put the side plate along with the brackets over here in. What I left out on was putting in the seat belt brackets, which are now in. In my first video I did have the seat back put back on, but I couldn't get to those bolts. Again, this is a 3/4. This one here is a 5/8 and has a Loctite nut on the other side. It's real easy. You go ahead and screw the existing bolt here. That's the existing bolt back into its place on top of the new bracket. The bracket leans forward toward the front of the vehicle. The seat belt sits on top of the new bracket and bolts in with a bolt and a Loctite that they provide for you. Same thing on the other side. Oh God, there I go zooming again. That's a really good shot of the bolt. That's the existing bolt there. You just screw down your nut back onto it. Again, brackets facing the front of the vehicle. Seat belt on top of the new bracket, screwed in with their bolt and their Loctite. Now I'm going to try and put my phone somewhere so you guys can see me put the seat back on, because everybody claims they have such a hard time with it. I don't know if I'll be able to sit it to where you guys can see it. Alright, if the phone falls, I apologize in advance. But I know you can't see what I'm doing, but there are 3 clips that say forward on the back of mine. I know some of the vehicles have 4, but they're right here behind the headrest, right in the middle of the seat, and right behind the other headrest, and they slide into this hole, this hole, this hole. Hopefully you could see that on the video. So all you're going to do, it's not even hard, you're going to line those back up, and they slide right back on. Like, I don't know how people are having too many problems with it, but it slides on, it's back in, no problems. I think that's the quickest I've ever done it too. So once that's back on, pretty much your seat lift is installed. I mean, most of it that comes with it. You got to put your seat belt piece back together. What am I missing? Oh, the other 2 parts. Let's get out of the vehicle. There will be 2 big square parts that come in your lift. They look like this, and they're marked. LMI does a good job of marking it, not the instructions on how to put it in, but marking it. This one says FD on it, I think, for front, excuse me, FP. It says FP, they actually mark it in there. It says FP on it for front passenger, meaning the front side bracket for the passenger side of the vehicle. The other side says front driver side, so it says FD on it. But this is self-explanatory. It sits right there on top of your old plate. They send you a nut and bolt to bolt your old plate to the new bracket. This, of course, is a T50 that bolts to the frame of the vehicle. Same on the other side. Mine's crooked because it's not screwed in. Push it around. Same thing. Same bolts. Now, this part here I'm going to leave to you guys' discretion, because this is what I'm trying to do. They send you a middle bracket that is supposed to allow you to continue to lift your seats if that's what you want to do. Now, per the instructions, and this is what I'm still trying to do now, I'd appreciate if anybody could help me on this. Per the instructions, what it says you're supposed to do is to saw off the factory pivot points. This is where your seat sat before. This is how they pivoted up and down. They pivot through your T50 over here and this side, this over here, and the T50 over on the other side. So what I did was take a hacksaw, probably shouldn't have done that, we'll figure out if it works or not, and saw this piece off. And then I'm going to saw this piece off. And it should expose a hole. But that, to me, looks like it's welded in there pretty decent. And on this side too, like I took a hammer and tried to bang that out through the other side, it didn't come out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But basically what this bracket's supposed to do, it comes with 2 little screws, and it looks just like this. It's supposed to sit. See if I can do it with one hand. It's supposed to sit on top of the bracket. Now these screws up here, they don't go there. I just put them there so that they don't get lost. They actually go in this hole here and that hole there. That's where those screws go. And then they hold that bracket to sit on top of your old one. They send another screw that is supposed to go through there, where I've sawed off that piece of my existing pivot. Supposed to screw that onto there, but I haven't figured out how to get that out yet. So I'll let you guys know if I do. But if you don't want the pivot points, if you're happy with your seat not being able to lift up, which I probably will be, I just wanted to put it in just so I could show you guys, then you don't need to do anything. This, of course, will then sit on top. If I hadn't hacksaw that off, this would sit right there on top of that. Okay, and then your seats will still go back in. You just won't be able to lift them. It's how it works. I'm going to try and put this back together. Oh, put my my seats back in. This, of course, is my box. I ordered the box from Super Crew Sound, and the lift kit came with it. I had to order the lift kit and the box together, but it's just a box for 2 12s. Without the lift kit, 2 regular size 12s will not fit up under our seats. So that's essentially why I got the lift kit. And then I'll try to post something else when I'm done. If you have any questions, please hit me up on here. And if you have any suggestions on how I can fix some of the things maybe that I did wrong, just let me know.